Hello and welcome. I want to record this video to show you different things to do using the sorcery sauce. We're gonna try to work over one image with a pretty standard bad situation when you're shooting dancers and some part of the talent get out of the backdrop, and in some situations this will not be one click and you will require to work a little more. Of course, you can do this by hand. Maybe it's gonna take you some extra time using the actions. We will be pretty sure that we can get a perfect background with no banding at all and a great evening transitions all around the talent. So let's try to approach different solutions and, well, let's see how it looks after. My first, in this case at least, my first attempt or my first approach to filling this part of the image will be using the mask creators. In this case, I'm gonna use the mask creator tight, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna need to rework a little one part of the mask, and I know this because I ran it before start recording and I saw it. So that's all. Pressing Alt and click over the layer mask, you can see the shape of the mask, and as maybe you already know this, but just in case, in a layer mask, when you have black, it means that anything inside the layer will not be visible. If you want to make something visible, you will need to paint with white inside the layer mask. So in this case, I'm gonna select the layer. I'm gonna take a sample of the color, pressing Alt and click, and I only gonna paint. I will be at 100% opacity and flow, don't worry. And as we can see, the mask is not good at all. I know this will also depend of your Photoshop version. In the recent version, this work is a little better, but in any case, I think you should deal with the worst case scenario. There is no way to show you just a success case. So I'm gonna grab a color, I'm gonna paint, and after paint, what I'm gonna do is try to refine a little this edge. For do this, I will do it pretty fast. All I'm gonna do is select the layer mask because I want to work over the layer mask. Let me make this a little more bigger for you. And I'm gonna select the layer mask, and as you can see, when I click over this mask, you can see a white square all around. If I select the layer, the white frame it's in the layer, and when I click in the layer mask, now it's in here. If you are pretty good with Photoshop, I'm sure you will know this, but try to be patient for people who doesn't know this. Now all I'm gonna do is select a brush. In this case, I'm gonna use a white brush because I want to reveal what we have inside the mask. And all I'm gonna do is paint in the places where I want to display the paint I made. Don't worry if you paint more than what you need. All you need to do is replace with black. Remember, using black is sort of using the eraser tool. The good part of this is you can go back and forward as many times as you need. So I do recommend to use this instead of use the eraser tool or something like that. Yes, this part could be pretty annoying to do by hand. I know we have different tools for do this more automatically. It's a pretty easy selection, so there is no point. If you are not sure where the skin ends and start background, my suggestion is bring down the opacity from this layer to something around 50% or 70%, so you will have a better look between the subject and the new background, so it will be easy to understand where you need to remove the new background. Of course, this will not be your background. This is just for make the afterwork easier. I'm pretty happy with this selection. I will not spend more of your time on this. It looks pretty good. We can go more in detail, but there is no point over this. Again, I'm gonna switch to to white, because I want to reveal what we have inside this layer. And okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the brush and go. In this case, I will give it a chance to this action. The reason of this is I think it will make a better result using brush and go than using, for example, the background fillers. The reason of this, we can try, but the reason of this is the distance between the edge of the subject, in this case the hand, and the rest of the body. Maybe the transitions in the shadow will not be perfect. Also, we can have a pretty random result, I don't know. So I'm gonna select the action and I'm gonna play it. This action is pretty easy to use. All you need to do is first run step 1, grab a brush, a regular brush in any color, and paint inside this layer. It doesn't matter if you paint with black, white, green or red or whatever, it doesn't matter. All you need to do is paint inside here. Just to be sure, use 100% opacity and flow, and if you want to be extra sure, use 100% in hardness. That's all. As you can see, I'm painting with black. It doesn't matter, it really doesn't matter. The color will not affect at all the result of this process. As you can see, the painting is pretty simple. I didn't do anything in particular. I just paint around the places where I want to fill. After this, I'm gonna run the step 2. In this case, in my actions, I have one extra step 2, and the reason of this is I've been working on different process of this action to make it a little more faster. That's all. And after testing this, you will have it as well. Don't worry if you already purchased this action set. The upgrade, as you know, it's for free. Don't worry. And the way to make the upgrade, it's really easy. You use the same link, re-download the file, erase the old actions, install the new one. That's all you need to do. You don't even need to ask for a new link or whatever. You will go and download the new action. That's all. Don't worry. So I'm gonna run this one and let's test it. We're gonna need to wait a little and let's see. About the timing of how long it takes to run the actions depends of your computer, and about how long should take you to work an image like this. Well, it depends on your skills and it depends on the image itself, you know. Okay, the result is good. It's not perfect. We're gonna work a little more, but we feel a pretty large portion of background, but there is few things I don't like at all. First, these shadows over here, we're gonna remove this. We're gonna try to recover the shadow around foot. I don't want to make her look like flying. So what I'm gonna do in this case is, for recovered shadow, I'm gonna select the brush, 100% opacity and flow, black color. Remember, in a layer mask, if you have black, you will make invisible whatever you have in the layer, or in this case, in the group, it's the same. So let's try to create a realistic shadow. So for this, all I'm gonna do is paint with black in here. Something like this maybe could work, or at least for me it works better. Maybe from the other side as well, at least just a little. Okay. And I want to make these transitions more even. We can do it with one of the actions. I think this is so simple. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an empty layer. You can do it with this icon or with a shortcut. I do recommend to you try to start using keyboard shortcuts. It's gonna save you a lot of time. So I'm gonna create a new and empty action. In this case, I'm gonna use something around 20% in opacity and flow, and a really soft and large brush. I wanna show you something. In this case, it's not necessary, but in other images, you will need it. So let's go back one step and let's try to do it differently. Before I start trying to paint or merging these shadows or dark transitions, I'm gonna do one extra step. I'm gonna run the mask creator type one more time. We do have one in here, but we work around the hand, and maybe if we run this again, the mask will be a little better. Let's try. Okay, it's pretty much the same. So I'm gonna select the layer, I'm gonna grab a color from the background, and I'm gonna paint. That's all. Something like this, maybe. Why not? All right. As you can see, well, maybe in the video, I don't know how it's gonna look at the end, but I can see this in my monitor. When you paint like this, especially if you are working in 8 bits, you will create banding. I'm sorry, it's the way it works, Photoshop at least, and it looks really bad. I mean, let me show you this. And as you can see, it's pretty broken, and for sure we don't want to print this image and when we get the copy or well, the print, have this banding. We're gonna fix it, don't worry. If you're working in 16 bits, I don't know, maybe you're safe, but take a look. I'm not 100% sure. It depends of how you're painting and the color transitions, but basically. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the, well, we have the kill banding, but also we have something maybe better for this case because it's gonna help us to make everything a little more evening. I'm gonna show you in a moment. I don't know, maybe you would like to learn how to use the horizon. Well, let's use it. Horizon. I'm gonna run the action. I'm gonna wait. And we have now one line. It's pretty simple to use. What I create is just this line in here. I don't know if you can see how it moves. And I'm gonna set it around here. Why not? Is pretty much the place of the original light in the paper, but I'm gonna enhance it a little more. Okay, again, we need to deal with banding, so what I'm gonna do is run, instead of running only the banding, the kill banding action, I can run the action, this one, background fix, 0 banding. Again, you can use, I don't know which one is number 13, kill banding. And let's see how it looks. It looks pretty good. And let me show you one more thing. After you finish, like in this case, again, when we run this action, we sort of remove a portion of this shadow. At least it's too soft, and I'd rather to have something more harsh. So again, all you need to do is select a black brush and paint. That's all. I'm gonna group everything. This one, I want to leave this one in here. This is which one shows us the banding. As you can see, we are 100% banding free. This is pretty perfect for printing. So what I'm gonna do is, we can group everything together. If you saw another video, I don't like to collapse everything or flatten layers. I rather to have everything in my workflow, and if I need to adjust or remove or remask whatever, it's in there. I don't need to, I don't know, start crying because I lost all the work. So I'm gonna group this. I'm gonna create a layer mask for this big group, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select a black brush, in this case for the head, because as you can see, a portion of the hair, it was painted, and I don't want that. And we are pretty good. Maybe we can enhance a little more this shadow, just painting like this, or not, depends on what you like. And maybe in this case, what I want to do is just shift a little the grays to something with color. I'm gonna do it really simple. All I will do is use a color balance, and I will try something more cold, greenish for the background. Maybe it's too much. I'm gonna drop down the luminosity a little. The other side, something like this, and I'm gonna decrease the saturation of this, the opacity. I mean, because it's gray, if I drop down the opacity, I will drop down the saturation of the new color. Pretty sure you understood. Okay, I think we are ready to go. Again, I know this video is longer than usual. The reason of this is I wanted to show you, not 100% of the times will be one click and everything ready. Sometimes you will need to work a little more. The reason of this is mainly the selections. When you have like everything inside the backdrop or inside the paper, it's easier because the selection will be more accurate and you will be pretty good with maybe one or few clicks. But in some cases, like this one, you will need to make some adjustments. I don't know how long this should take you. I think something around 5 minutes per image, not sure. Okay, I don't know if I'm missing something. In any case, you can leave a comment. You can leave a comment in the post, or I don't know, maybe I post this in YouTube so it's easier to watch it, and we will be pretty sure that the quality will be better than in Facebook. It's the same, just you can leave a comment, you can send us an email, and I don't know, I would like to try different approaches with different images, and maybe if you have a different solution or workflow for this situation, I will be really happy to read about that or hear or watch an example. Will be really good. So, okay, let's try to stay in touch, and let's try to grab more examples so we can give you more videos and different solutions and make your life easier. Thank you very much, and see you later. Bye bye.